Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson, and this is the case of Cindy Valle, V-A-L-L-E. I think that's how you pronounce it. From Omaha, Nebraska, she disappeared on August 25th, 2011. She was 5 months pregnant. The FBI is working on the case. They've asked for the public's help, and we're here to help. Will you fly? Fly, get out of my studio. Anyway, she spent time with her family that night. She went to bed and disappeared sometime in the middle of the night. She had black hair, brown eyes, and a mole near her right eye and on her chin. There is an age progression. That was made in 2023 in October. Her mother spoke at the time in 2023 and said, quote, "I just thought that she was just out and about, and that she will come back the same day or she was with someone," end quote. Her brother, David, was 8 years old when his sister disappeared. He said, quote, "Being older now, it just makes me realize that I have spent more years without my sister than I have with, but it's still a really deep scar that I have," end quote. There have been some reports that say a note was found under her pillow and it said, "I'm living with a lady." Her mother said, and I quote, "I still hold on this pair of shoes." She continued, "This was hers, one of her favorites, Nike. And her book covers. Been sitting there for almost, well, at that time, 12 years. It's now been 14. She said, "Just come home, Cindy. We need you." I have actually had cases on this channel that were solved because the missing person saw their case on the channel, which is very exciting. And I don't know if this is one of those cases or if this little girl met foul play somewhere along the lines. Oh my goodness. Special Agent Gene Cowell from the FBI's Omaha field office said, "No tip is too small, no tip is too insignificant." I try to tell you guys that. If you have any information, again, no matter how insignificant you might think it is, the FBI is asking you to call their Omaha field office at 402-493-8688. That's 402-493-8688. Why did I staple a blank piece of paper? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. She might have snuck out that night to see her child's father or her girlfriends. Maybe she was being held a little close because she was pregnant. Um, who knows? She was 15, you know? But I think if she did sneak out, which seems the most likely because nobody heard a scream or anything, um, excuse me, um, that she would have come back. She had no reason not to come back. They were obviously ready and willing to help her with the baby. So, um, so she had no reason to run. So I think she was just a kid, a typical girl sneaking out. Not something I ever dared to do, but or even thought of doing, quite honestly. Only time I ever crawled out a window was with my grandmother's old suitcase. Went across the driveway to my cousin's house, climbed in their window from the porch with the suitcase, and my cousin and I were going to go live in the woods. We were 7. My mother said, "Do you think that Nancy and I, sitting in the living room, didn't know what you were doing?" Because I was like army crawling, looking out my bedroom door, you know, because Grammy's suitcase lived under my bed. I wish I still had that thing. It was a floral, soft-sided suitcase. But it was my grandmother's, you know, and I was very proud of it. We had made the plan when we were playing outside earlier in the day. It was, you know, a kid thing. And my mother, like I said, she told me much later, she said, "Do you think that Nancy and I, sitting in the living room, didn't know what you were up to?" We watched you run across the driveway out the living room window, and we're sitting there laughing at you. I went over to your uncle and said, "My daughter here?" He's like, "Huh?" And my mother's like, "She just crawled in the boys' window." Oh. My uncle's like, "David!" Caught. Nobody was mad at us. It was more of, what in the world were you thinking? I don't know. We thought it would be fun to have some snacks and live in the woods. Neither one of us were upset with anything. It was just an adventure. But in this case, I don't think it was meant to be anything but sneaking out to have a night with her friends to try to forget what was upcoming. You know what I mean? Her life was about to change in a big way in about 4 months. So, and I think she met with foul play. Let me know what you think. We heard nothing about the child's father, and the note, "I'm living with a lady," apparently was never confirmed. I heard in numerous places that I read about the case that that note was left, or that that note was sent. I'm not sure. I heard that it was sent, not left under the pillow, but So anyway, but I don't think that was true. I think that was a red herring. Excuse me, because I think she met with foul play. My opinion. Like I said, let me know what you think. Please subscribe. We are 5 away, maybe less now, from our goal of 500. Then we'll set a goal of 1,000, which will be amazing. I can't believe I've gotten 300 subscribers since my mother died. Wow. And what, 400 since my father died? I think I only had 100 and something when he died. Um, good. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and I'll see you Wednesday. Bye, guys.